Jeans,
These shoes.
these gloves.
Because I need something as reliable as I am.
Because they keep me light on my feet.
Because my hands are my tools.
Sometimes it's hard to keep up.
The hours are long.
My body wants to quit.
But I'm proud.
It's who I am.
It's my grind.
This is our coffee. And this is how it lives.
What up, what up? This is the man of the hour, Leo Rush, and you are watching THS Wrestling.
What's going on, everybody? I am Neeson, and no, I am not joined by my handsome co-host, Pingo. I'm joined by the beautiful and talented in many ways, live from Mackmania, streaming on Spotify, by the way. Go check it out right now, Mr. Flobito, Flobo Bryce, what's going on, brother?
Yo, bro, I feel like the last 6 times I was on this show, Pingo was not around. Like, are you not the same person? Am I Black Pingo? Am I Blingo? Yo, put me on.
I'm black Jack Farmer, you Black Pingo.
Yo, what up, man? Thanks so much for having me on the show, man. I appreciate you.
Hey man, look, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you joining me. Shout out to Anthony.
What's up, Anthony?
Shout out to Kat. Shout out to Ken. What's going on, man? Look, again, we're on Tuesdays instead of Sundays because we got jobbed out to the good old football club, guys. Keep getting jobbed out by them. But we switched to Tuesdays, and clearly we're not getting jobbed out by the NBA. But not gonna bring that up. What's up, Matthew?
What's up, man?
Matthew, I know your team still owns Chicago. I know that. That.
Is he a Sky fan or something? Chicago
He
Sky?
is no. He is a Packers fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's a Packers fan. He's a Packers fan.
Yeah. Have you been to the new stadium yet? I'm trying to go in November. I don't know if you've been.
Which one?
SoFi? Have you been to SoFi?
Yes, I went to my Raiders versus Chargers game.
Oh, you're a Raiders fan. Okay.
I am a Raiders fan. Matthew, knock it off. We're not going to start off bad today. we know this is a Lakers podcast. Let's knock it off.
Oh, Jimmy V, what up, man? You talking about someone who's handsome? Jeez.
Yeah, Jimmy got the suave. He be combing that joint, be all styled up.
Yeah.
Anyways, Flobito,
What up?
tell me about all the amazing things you're doing over on Mackmania. Guys, if you haven't listened to Mackmania, it is with Flobito, Jack Farmer, and you may know the guy a little bit, maybe a little bit. Evan Mack, formerly from The Bump.
Yeah, man, the super group. You know, it was cool. Mackmania is every Tuesday. I don't know if you guys know this. Like the Ringer basically acquired all the WWE podcasts, and they have some original shows too. So Mackmania is our first original. We do it every Tuesday. I worked with Jack and Evan for years. Like we're talking about 2019, just doing wrestling after shows and reviews. So we got a good chemistry. And when Evan went to The Bump for a bit, people saw who he was. He brought it over to the Ringer. He said, "Yo, let's get this started." So I got to be able to be part of that crew, and so much fun, man. The Ringer has been a cool home for me, man, and I love it.
Talk about AfterBuzz for a minute. I think people, I know me being from LA and diving into the media world. AfterBuzz was really a hot commodity and thing, and people wanted to be a part of it. If you had a show on AfterBuzz, I mean, you look at the roster. Everybody that really was part of AfterBuzz went on to do some incredible things. Just talk about that experience real quick.
I mean, the wrestling alone. I mean, Kathy Kelly went up. Mark Janica, Daria /Sonya Deville went up. So basically, it's like, I won't say a training school because there's classes, but the idea was that if you did their program, they will give you after shows to host, and that will give you your reps to be a broadcast talent. This is when you go in the studio, you get to do your own reels or whatever. So, but the wrestling side of it became like this community. Like there was the Raw after show was a flagship, getting 8,000 views a week. There was SmackDown. There was Main Event had a show for a while, and then the other side on the like the podcast, it was After 83 Weeks with Christy Olsen and Steve Kaufman. Like that's where I came up. I came up after Johnny LaQuasta got signed by WWE. So at first it was like this hard wrestling thing, like, yo, you're not Johnny Quasto, boo, you know what I mean? But we made,
Sounds
we
like
made a
wrestling
show.
fans, yes.
You know how it is. They're used to a certain thing, but it was cool
Right.
to bring that like a little sensibility. And I came to AfterBuzz as a comedian. In fact, I was a comedian that wasn't getting booked out of state. So I was like, yo, let me get on the show. Let me bring some humor to the wrestling after show. And we kind of made it our own. Like the Quasto stuff was good. The Ryan Katz era was great, but like the Flobito, Evan Mack, Jack Farmer era was hot in its own way, you know?
Yeah, nah, man. And you could tell you guys' chemistry still moves on to Mackmania. Like, speaking of that, like again, you guys are under the good Ben Simmons house.
Haven't met him yet. I'm trying to meet him.
Under the ringer. Man, so just being a part of that process and being just ingratiated into, like, you guys don't just talk about WWE, you guys talk about AEW. You guys did today, which I heard. You guys talk about all pro wrestling. So just how is it just being under that house, man? And now, you know, with the dream team.
Yeah, it's funny, man. You know this too. Like people get in the chat, they're like, "Yo, you a homer? You for doing this side or that side?" And I never believed the wrestling war because I'm a certain age. I'll be honest with you. For those watching, I am proud of my age. I am 36 years old. I remember the first.
I'm like a day over 12, boy. I tell you.
Yo, this right here, I glued it on. I remember the last Monday Night War. Yeah, there was WWF guys, WCW guys, but we were all nerds. And we were kind of made fun of because you liked wrestling. So like to see how it's spilling out now was kind of like negative. And so I make sure to make bring comedy, bring humor, bring the good vibes because wrestling is like a cool thing, man. It's Shakespeare. It's theater in the round. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Oh,
Jimmy,
really?
Jimmy, you don't look a day over the 8th grade, boy.
Nah, Jimmy's 27, man. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't lie, boy. You got. You just clean baby face over there.
Yeah. I was telling how gorgeous you were, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, gorgeous war. But you said you don't believe in the wars, but I'll tell you who believes in the wars. Tony Khan believes in the wars, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
that is a man. That is a man that believes in going against the machine. And when I tell you, this was his face before Friday, and he was like, "We're gonna beat them. Yes, we're gonna beat them." And then when the ratings came out and those fugazi numbers happened, and you know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, he said. He didn't say that, but that was what he was saying in his tweets. I just got to ask Flobito.
Yo, man.
Do you think numbers came out? We all seen them. Do you think AEW actually won the quote unquote war for Friday?
It comes down to who you believe. If you're an AEW mark, yes, because what comes down to overall viewers, which people say that demographics is more important. No, overall, because old people buy stuff too, young people buy stuff too. WWE won by 250,000, I believe. But the AEW won the 30 minutes in their demo, and it's not the same. And the thing is, you can't say you won if the most popular wrestling show watched weekly. I'm not even trying to be a WWE homer like that. Just objectively, 3 million people usually watch SmackDown. It's on this back network that you're not even going to find unless you know. You can't say you won. You can't say you competed. So when Bischoff came out and was like, no, when it was USA and TNT, that was a war. I'll even give Impact when they moved to Mondays on Spike, or I'll call that a war. Yeah. This was like a temporary thing, man, because I remember last year when Dynamite moved to Friday nights because of the NBA playoffs, ain't no one talked about the fact SmackDown outdrew them 4-1. So, but I get it. He's a promoter. Get people to talking. He's Dana White for his brand. You know, you got to be that champion or whatever. But I got to say, man, I don't think it counts.
So we got Ken says WWE won outright, but demos only matter if you're into advertising. Okay.
He's right. Absolutely, bro. Look, WWE, I get it. It fix the kids, right? The kids can grow up with your characters. I grew up watching Tatanka and all that stuff. beg my mom to take me, and we went and bought all the merchandise. That's how they make their money in live events. You can sit there and say, yes, 18 to 49 watched it, and wrestling enthusiasts watch it. But if I'm an advertiser and I'm doing a long-term investment, it's not 18 to 49. I'm thinking, who's the one that can consistently get me revenue for my things? That's why I think Pizza Hut puts the extra dollars on those WWE shows, or Progressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's a competition.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're absolutely right, and I fall into that. Look, I understand. I love the big swing. I think Ken, who said it? Mike. So he said it coming out like TK came out swinging like the Braves. I don't like that reference, by the way, because I'm a Dodgers fan. So I'm just going to go ahead and X this comment. Thank you very much.
Me and Pingo, yo, let's go Mets. From the couch. We're going to the couch.
But I do think that, look, it's a more victory. And like the great philosopher of our time, Jay-Z, once said, more victories is for minor league coaches. And if you're proud about being a minor league coach, good for you, man. AAA, awesome, great. We see some stars come up for AAA, but this is major leagues. Yeah. And if you're gonna win, you gotta win. You gotta win full out. And I don't care about advertising, because if we want to talk about advertising, like Flobito just said, Mattel wants WWE. They want the kids to buy their toys. And you can sit up here and say, and we don't even want to talk about just your female demo, because you had zero in the female demo.
Yeah.
Zero.
Enthusiasts watch AEW, and they tend to skew. Look, I'm not gonna knock AEW, because if someone gave me money to run a wrestling promotion, I'll probably run it to the ground. 6 weeks of hot storylines, and that'd be it. I'm sorry. And I went back and I watched the first show. Was it All In? The first show? They've grown by leaps and bounds. Like All In from a production standpoint was terrible. But the thing is, there has to become a point where you got to say, let the product speak for themselves. I mean, the roster is stacked. You got so many different shows. People who watch your shows are advocates. You don't have to do this. And by saying, don't be like, oh, I love my brand, but don't be going after people on Twitter being like, yo, what you said was incorrect. We came head to head. We went by demographics. Like, don't you got shit to do? So excuse my language. And like, your dad runs Fulham. Your dad runs the Jags. But yet you go into a Twitter war. People on Twitter about wrestling, bro. What's wrong with you?
I'm not gonna lie, I drafted LeBron. Yeah, baby. We'll talk about that, but good job.
King James.
Yeah. You may miss, half of the season, but good job.
Yeah.
But I think that's absolutely right. You're going at journalists on Twitter. You're doing this out, but like your man Jack Farmer said, in his mind, it is promotion. In his mind, it is a thing of, I'm keeping the conversation around AEW. I love the fact that the report that Meltzer came out saying that, it's being heard in a backstage locker room, that everybody's talking about it, and then Hurricane says, I haven't heard one word about this backstage, to be honest. Somebody that is backstage, and then and people are like, well, it'll be with the execs and not the producers. If the execs know, the producers know, guys. Like that's how it happens. It's not a thing of like only Vince, Bruce, and Nick Khan knows. that is not how it happens. If Bruce knows, you don't think that Michael Hayes is gonna know. You don't think that TJ Wilson is gonna know. You don't think that Hurricane Helms is gonna know. Guys, have you guys been to high school?
True. That's what I hear.
Yeah. So that's just how it goes. And I think the smart way for WWE to do it. Now, I will say this. They tried to play this game before with having NXT go live against AEW to counter program them. Mm-hmm. Now you got Smack Talk, or Talking Smack, apparently airing 30 minutes into AEW now every Friday.
Yeah. Do
you think that they are purposely trying to hurt AEW, or are they just playing, is where the big boys play?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think it's like, let's crush them, because what they're giving you, granted, NXT back then could have been a toss-up, to be honest with you, and it turns out it didn't work out. But Talking Smack, 205 Live, it's just, hey, look, if you are in having the wrestling taste, if you have a hankering for some wrestling, we're gonna have something for you at Friday at 10 o'clock. I don't think it's just that. It's just that, yo, look, WWE is not necessarily worrying about wrestling promotions. They're trying to beat Monday Night Football. They're trying to beat you going out to see a movie. They're trying to beat like all the other TV shows. That's why The Miz is doing Dancing with the Stars. Like the level is up. It's a different thing. Not to say AEW is not a competition. So I watch AEW and you're like, look, I'm giving you 100% chance because I know more places where people can wrestle is great. Right? You told me you're going to give me new faces. You told me Nyla Rose is going to be a star. You told me Sonny Kiss is going to be a star. You told me Private Party are going to be stars. But I'm watching this as a person of color, and you tell me, well, let's make WWE references every week. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You know what it reminds me of? Is that dude that transferred to your high school saying, at my last school, I was dope. I don't care, Kenny Omega. You were dope in Japan. Tell me why you're dope now. Like, tell me why these characters are great now. And I think that's, for me, it's frustrating. But when I say that, because there's a war going on now, it's like, Flobo, you a WWE homer. It's like, they don't care about you, really. They're over there.
They don't. And I think WWE doesn't care so much about AEW that they gave up the first AEW just to do them even more. They said, NXT, get out of here. Everybody that could what Vince McMahon said it best. We'll be happy to give them more.
Yeah.
What that was a clear bat signal, as in the new Batman trailer. It wasn't a signal, it was a warning. That's exactly what Batman said in that trailer, and that's exactly what Vince McMahon said months ago on that call. This is not a signal. This is a warning.
Oh, absolutely.
We will give you more. And
sorry.
No, I was just saying they don't care. They really don't care. Now, I would say this: when AEW starts encroaching more and more into that demo, then the networks like Fox will be like, hey man, I'm gonna just need you to tap it up a little bit, do a little something, add a little sparkle, a little razzle dazzle. And I think with that sparkle and razzle dazzle, what comes to that on Fox, right? You know what comes to that.
What was that? Tell me, what was that?
Oh, if you
didn't
know, now you know. Hit Row. Yeah, see this is why
I wasn't the biggest fan of Hit Row, but I am now, man. I am now.
You gotta be here. You gotta be the biggest fan if it's not for one man and one man only. And excuse me for any besmirching upon energy that I'm going to throw to Isaiah Swerve Scott, because I'm not talking about that man. No, he came a long way from that, and I'm so glad he came a long way from that. I am talking about Top Dollar going against your favorite tag team on the planet.
My favorite?
No. ICW's favorite tag team on the planet.
I'm about to say, bro.
The Young Bucks. Guys, look, as a connoisseur of music, Flobito, as a technician of the turntables, as you are, your man's had a diss record. Yeah, he dropped some bars. He definitely compounded some syllables, as a technician to say. On a scale of 1 to 10, how great did that rank as the best wrestler rap diss track ever?
I mean, I'm going to say 8, but that's a very low bar to clear, man. Because right now, before that, it was Randy Savage's diss track by Hulk Hogan. Hogan. But yo, let's be real, man. Like I was never I'll be honest with you, full disclosure, I always hated the Young Bucks, man. I'm talking about, I went to PWG, be like, I don't get it. Like, you can't bring Deadpool into wrestling. And here's the reason why. Because wrestling is a variety show, man. I like humor. Humor is part of it. I love being referential, but it's a combat sport. So when you have Young Bucks pretending to be like, this is what's called a promo. We're having a super kick party. 85 finishes. To me, it seems phony. But to me, I felt particularly offended. And we talked about this before we went live. I'm not even a sneakerhead. But then they decided, hey, look, let's start wearing certain clothes. Let's start doing certain shoes and say, hey, look, we're that good. And it was kind of like, are you this character, or are you just pulling at things to keep yourselves on things? So like, Yo, Conan has some bars too, but it was a different time. It's a different time. So when Top Dollar comes out, and here's a group that I was pretty much neutral on, in Hit Row, came out with that diss track. When you told me Muhammad and McLovin, I was like, yo, okay, Top Dollar, you are the new leader of Hit Row in my mind. Sorry, Ashanti. Sorry, B-Fab.
Relax. Okay. First of all, don't throw
He
Ashanti.
totally is.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying the other ones. You said Swerve, I said the other three.
Swerve is the guy. Okay, let's.
Is he though?
Yes.
Is
Look. You had the White Ranger. The White Ranger was not the leader of the Power Rangers. He definitely was the cool one. When he showed up, shit got better. Right? Soon as he stepped up, soon as he came with the saber sword, it was all great. Everybody was cool, and then every time it calmed down. But you still had Jason. Jason was still the leader.
All right,
Jason. That's all I'm saying.
Breakout star, man, matters, man. Because Hit Row was the leader. I'm sorry, Swerve was the leader, but he defended his title once. B-Fab had a match because she was the person that was swagged out the first time 2.0 came around. I'm just saying.
B-Fab, I'm not. Look, B-Fab, I think could do amazing on the main roster. Her character is more put together than I feel like a lot of other women's characters on the roster. But we're not talking about that right now. But the Young Bucks, and I feel like instead of sending, I don't know, anybody to do their bidding. Rick Ross was in the front row of Rampage on Friday. Mm-hmm. You sent the Acclaim, and I think you had a ask me anything question on Twitter, and my question to you was, why didn't Tony tell them to keep that in a tuck? They should just you know what? I'm just going, and I won't say anything.
It was a lose-lose, man. Like, if you're Max Caster and you somehow come up with the hottest bars ever, you're going to get 8 by Top Dollar because he's going to give you the diss track response. But it didn't involve you. But at the same time, who is really booking the Acclaimed anymore? Because that team is fun, but they're kind of seen as a joke because the homeboy comes out, and he's not young. He's like 32 years old, coming out wearing these headphones. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to give you these bars. It's like, yo, you made yourself weird. And so I feel the worst person to blame is Tony Khan. He comes out with them as a way to get back at Top Dollar. This is what I'm talking about. Run your company, bro. What are you doing? You can't be a Mark and be the CEO of this thing. You got to pick one.
You brought out Little Uzi at a show once. You're gonna have them come out and be the response. Like, I would rather hear Nick and Matt go Jaden Styles than hear them doing speak and spell to the crowd.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would rather hear. I would rather hear Nick and Matt Jackson trying to go back to back than hearing those bars ever again. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it, but I really wanted to get your thoughts on it because to me it was a very interesting choice. Like, you just laugh. And I think people don't understand. I told you this privately. I said all Top Dollar had to do was come out and say one thing about the Young Bucks culture, the cultural appropriation of just the sneaker culture. Call that out and it will all be done. And he didn't. Right, like that is literally the weapon of mass destruction. That is the one he has in the tuck. Like, say something, and he didn't do it.
Right.
And so I just wanted to ask, like, where do we go from here? To me, this just makes Top Dollar even more of a signing. Besides the Young Bucks saying things like this.
The problem with the Young Bucks is that they're just so wrapped up in using that self-referential stuff, being the elite humor. And I'm trying to be this as civil as possible. Look, they're talented. They've done it for years. I'm not knocking that. What I am knocking is, like, in pretty much AEW in general, is like, yo, you're good as it is. You don't need these gimmicks. You don't need to do all this separate stuff. Okay, yeah, you did the sneaker thing and you called it out. Someone said, hey, look, you crossed the line. All you had to do is ignore them. But he didn't. They changed their bio. Like, it's the most passive-aggressive way to respond. And so Tony says, instead of having them out and having an angle addressing it, instead of making that part of their character, instead of telling them why they did this, as a beat for entertainment's sake, you have another tag team come out on C and D show to do a burst. I'm just like, This is what makes you Bush League. It's not your talent. You're not your roster. Obviously, I love Christian Cage. He's my favorite. But it's like this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, yo, AEW, just focus on what you need and run you, and you be good.
You know, you said a lot of things in there, like Christian Cage is your favorite, and
yeah, I love him. Man. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You know what? You're right. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Should be. Yep. So we're just gonna move on from there because I love Christian as well. I want to move on to Crown Jewel, man. Look, we got Crown Jewel on Thursday, and it's really ramping up to being an incredible show. I know you guys talked about it on Mackmania, possibly being replacing the Big Four, becoming a Big Five, or really Big Six rather, because Money in the Bank is a Big Five now. So now becoming a Big Six. I want to ask you though, which match are you looking forward to the most on Crown Jewel with such a stacked card? And are you gonna be up in the morning to watch it?
Are you asking me as a wrestling fan or as someone that comments on wrestling? I think two different answers.
I'm asking. Ooh, I want to hear both. Let's go with a wrestling fan first.
As a wrestling fan, it's the King of the Ring tournament winner, Balor versus Woods. For two reasons. I was born in June. That's usually what King of the Ring is. To me, there's a whole like Worlds Collide vibe. I think the thing that WWE does not do enough is have these events or have these pay-per-views like the Smackvilles, the Worlds Collides, where you really mess around with the sandbox and really give us fresh matchups. Maybe it can be non-canon. Xavier Woods versus Finn Balor would never happen in any universe, but that's a fun thing because they went through this tournament together. And even though I'm rooting for King Balor, you have Woods with a very good groundswell of people saying he deserves to be king. So that's I think as a fan, that's what I want. But like as a wrestling person, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, I mean, that is going to move him to tectonic plates, right? Brock Lesnar is now a face. Roman Reigns has been in his bag for a year. Paul Heyman at a character beat is somewhere in the middle. We talked about this on Mackmania 2. Check it out every Tuesday on Spotify. It's definitely going to be like one that's going to shift the way we think of things. I do think Survivor Series is kind of on life support. I do think that if you think about the fall pay-per-views, Crown Jewel, if it stays, may be the one.
Look, I completely get. I love the fact. I will say this. I love the fact that they did the draft so ahead of Survivor Series now, where it makes sense that people could actually have time to fight for their brand. It's not like, oh, we came on this. Oh, next week we're fighting for our brand now. I do love that. I always hated it. I do love now maybe have something in that. So as you said, as a fan, it's Finn Balor versus Woods. Yeah. But as a person that commentates on wrestling, what is it?
It's going to be Brock Roman.
Oh, Brock Roman. Who do you think is winning out of Brock and Roman?
You know what? I think Roman needs to win here. But if Brock leaves out of Raw with the championship and Paul Heyman's by his side, that would shift the entire landscape on SmackDown. A pissed off Roman Reigns with the bloodline, I want to see that one every week. So storyline wise, I'm going with that one. I'm going to say Brock wins it with the help of Paul Heyman, and then now we get an angry Roman Reigns.
Angry Roman Reigns is a scary Roman Reigns. I tell you that much. Yeah. Yep. All the gestures. What about who do you think is winning the King of the Ring?
Oh man, I really want Balor to win, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not trying to say I'm in the backstage, but King Woods has been trying to be the king for like 10 years. And if he doesn't do that, people are going to riot. And it's kind of interesting. But then at the same time, it's like, because he was on Twitter saying, I want to be king, he should be king. Like, I don't understand how that works. So I just say, hey man, I want to be a champion. Champion. Let me do that. So to me, it's like, all right, cool. The New Day are locked in. They're the best faction of all time. Fight me on it. NWO, Bullet Club, I don't care. The New Day. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't need it. Yeah. But I understand him being like, for my feather in my cap, I would love to be King of the Ring.
Look, I think you got a little misconstrued over there. Okay, first of all, I am people. I will catch that 21-hour flight all the way to Saudi Arabia, come down wrapped in traditional garb, and stick my foot so far up 73-year-old Vince McMahon's ass. Okay, just if we don't get Xavier Woods as King of the Ring, that it's not because he's been saying it on Twitter for 10 years. It's because the man put in work. If it wasn't for him, there will be no New Day. If there are no New Day, there is no number one selling greatest faction of all time for years. The 11-time tag team champion. This man, he came out to not only as No Name and R-Truth's friend, but the man came out to the Funkasaurus's theme song. Okay, he overcame all of this.
I agree with you.
I mean, the boy got over a trombone. He got over Rufio's hair. He got over unicorns. I mean,
Bootios,
pancakes, bootios, anything this man has set his eyes and sights on, it's been over. So I don't know what more means a king of a ring in WWE, but this man deserves that crown. And if it's not for all that, God damn it, it's for this hairline. Look how sharp that is.
He looked like somebody else. I was like, bro, Mr. Pin your girl. Damn. I'll be real with you, man. Woods has been a fantastic talent and a creative mind, and he'd be great. But he doesn't need it. I feel like he's done everything he wants. I really felt like he really wanted the specific thing, and he's getting it, and that's great. If he wins, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna sit there and be upset. But you think about what a King of the Ring stands for and who won it before. Someone that has that kind of skill to be technical, proficient against different styles. It has been, Finn had the harder bracket to break. Here is somebody that was a former #1 contender. You talk about the way you can do inside the ring. That person deserves to be king. I just have a little bit of bias for Finn Balor, but I'm not mad at Xavier Woods wins. But if he doesn't win Xavier Woods, he's still locked in for the Hall of Fame. So whatever's whatever.
I think, the one thing about AEW, if we do AEW, WWE comparisons, excuse me, people, real quick, AEW gives the fans what they want. No matter if it's about, we got Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan, and we didn't need a title for it. Right, we got Daniel Bryan versus all these people, and we got CM Punk versus Darby Allin, and didn't need a title for it or a story for it. And it was just what people wanted to see. People want to see Woods have the crown for King of the Ring.
Okay,
and I think the thing of, and I understand Balor. Look, Balor hasn't been the Balor that we've known for years, from Fergal to moving over to NXT to even coming up and being the first WWE Universal Champion, right? He's still trying to find his way back to that. And I think this is the opportunity for that to happen. You have, if Woods ends up squeaking out the win, he doesn't have to win, like dominantly. If he ends up squeaking out the win, Balor can't take it. And that sets Balor on a path to Raw to now just be demon crazy Balor and go attack Big E, and now he's in a feud with Big E. Maybe we get Kevin Owens and Finn Balor teaming. Maybe we get AJ Styles and Finn Balor teaming. It's so many opportunities that could come about that, which I would rather see. And like we said in the chat, Woods will make it better.
He'll be insufferable. He'll be insufferable. He'll be insufferable as king. And I will say this, I agree with you. If Balor does not win, it has to be heel turn. He cannot be like, well, things happen, and come back doing the, No, it has to be him turning heel. And we saw that on Monday as well. But yeah, like, the Woods will be insufferable with a crown and a scepter and be like, oh, hell, King Woods.
I agree.
Facts.
I think me and Pingo have went off about just the disrespect that the women's get on AEW. But if we're gonna really talk about the disrespect that women get in professional wrestling, we have to talk about the Queen's crown. Now, I was there at SmackDown.
I saw you. What, fourth row?
In the first row.
Damn. Okay.
Shout out Jimmy Tingens, Tony. It was great. Yeah, great time. Got water thrown on us by the Usos. God damn those heel Usos. But I will say the total matches that the women have had on the Queen's crown have added up to a little over 13 minutes.
Right.
All of them. Not just one, all of them. Matter of fact, the last match at the semifinals was just a little over 2 minutes. it's the easiest thing is like, what do you feel about this? But I really want to know, what's your mindset? What do you think? Here it is. What do you think WWE's mindset is when they develop a first ever women's tournament that decides a queen of the crown?
Yeah.
And then treats it like it's just main event.
You know what? I'm not too concerned. And granted, for those who are listening, I am a heterosexual cisgender male, so please flame me in the chat after this. But this is two things to worry about. One, I think the Mae Young Classic is way more prestigious, even though they had 2 full tournaments. So if I'm doing a Queen's Crown tournament and it's not the Mae Young Classic, I'm okay with it not being as important as the Mae Young. I think that's going to come back. I'm crossing fingers. And two, I think to me the even more important thing is that we're getting a Saudi pay-per-view with 2 women's matches. That to me is like huge. So they might get some time on both of those. And I know it's kind of like quick, especially that Dana Brooke Shayna Baszler match was like 94 seconds or something like that. I understand I was kind of upset, but like, come on, why delay the inevitable, right? Why not? If you're gonna make Shayna Baszler look big, formidable, Dana Brooke is somebody to Corey Graves on air. If someone hasn't really done much in a while, make it quick work and have her advance. So yeah, it's not ideal, but I'm not too concerned.
Look, I agree. I think that was my counterpoint when I did my Raw recap, which guys you should check out right now on YouTube. Well, not right now. Don't leave us. Stay here, please.
Bye,
No. But I made that point. We have started off with we started off this whole Saudi Arabia quote unquote blood money thing that the internet has been talking about with no female wrestlers on it. Then we had a female commentator. Then we had a female match. And now we're getting 2 female matches, plus one of them being a triple threat with the top WWE women's stars in it, all WrestleMania main eventers. Now, I think that, and one's for a crown and one's for a title. So I think we've came a long way in such a short period of time, and this was their long play. When people talk about blood money and WWE's just capitalism, blah, 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 you can't deny the progress that they have made within women's professional wrestling and showcasing women as they are, which are athletes, dominant athletes, and also moms, and also daughters, and also aunties, and also cousins and sisters. They have shown all type of women in all type of ways, from being strong to vulnerable to overcoming to failing and getting back up again. And I think, yes, we can pick apart this 13-minute thing, but in the grand scale of things, this is just the beginning. They did have stories going into it, which that's something that I've been begging for, which the men's side did not. They refused to give us one with Kofi and Woods. So there are a lot of pluses in it. And that's great that you say that, because that's how I feel, man. It's a lot of things that has happened and a lot of things that people knock down about this whole Saudi Arabia thing. But this is big and this is huge. And on Thursday, the one thing that I can wait for is all the damn promos about all the progression that they've came. Because we're going to see it from the start of the show to the pre-show to the end of it. And then on Friday, Monday, and all the other days about the progression that WWE has made in Saudi Arabia.
Who do you got, though?
You said, well, who I got?
Yeah.
And which
Zelina
one?
Vega versus Doudrop. Who do you got?
Oh, man. I think if we don't get Queen Vega, I'm going to riot. I think Queen.
How many riots you going to have, brother?
I'm a rioter. I am a rioter. That's what I do. I burn shit down. I'm not Seth Rollins, but I got a match I will burn the. You don't think I care? I carry matches. I burn shit. This is what I do. I will. Don't get me started. No, I think. Look, I think Zelina Vega should win. I think Doudrop to be this far, has made it this far in such a short period of time. I think it's great. I just think she's a joke. I think
Queen Doudrop,
and it's a joke. And I think if you really want to make this crown, Meet This Crown means something. You give it to somebody with the heritage, the cachet, the story.
She's royalty? Zelina Vega's royalty? Like the heritage? What do you mean?
Well, I mean the heritage is like her Latin heritage, her dad passing away in 9/11, her overcoming that, the story of how she came, like just how she came up in the industry, sleeping in cars, AJ Lee and all the whole package that she'll be able to tell with her holding that crown is much more sexier, and no, obvious intended, is much more sexier than Dewdrop that just came up and that's doing spirit fingers here when Zelina Vega literally said, "Spirit fingers aren't here, idiot. They're here." Like,
I'm with you. I want Queen Zelina too. I thought it was gonna be Zelina versus Baszler, and I thought that'd be kind of a cool way to get her back running. So the fact that Dewdrop is there is kind of like collateral damage. I don't hate Dewdrop, but it's just like a unenviable position. The Von Wagner of this tournament.
Oh my
like,
God.
it's kind of like I ain't mad at you, but why are you here? You know?
Also, not only is this man a part of Mackmania 2, this man is a part of Draped in Gold. That streams live every Thursday at 1:30 after NXT UK. And you just talked about Von Wagner and brought him up and just ruined my night, because the last time I was on his show, we definitely talked about Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly. And all I would say is, I know you didn't see NXT yet.
Yeah.
All I would say is Kyle O'Reilly is on a one-way ticket to Jacksonville, Florida. That is all I'm going to say.
Wow.
All I am going.
You don't want to go to Jacksonville, man. That place is a swamp. But I know what you mean. No, man, drapedingold.com, and I love talking about it, man. The whole NXT 2.0 thing was weird to me. But like I was saying, there's also like these new talent we see, they just, and whether you like them or not is up to you, because there's different mileage, right? For every Brooks and Jensen, there's a Rex Steiner or Braun Breaker or whatever. But it's like, I don't hate Braun Breaker, but no, Queen Tony, it's too early for her. It was too early for her. But to me, it was kind of like these people got called up and was like, yo, you're in the main event. Hey, you're in the hour one main event. It was like, there's no way that you can cheer for these people because it just seemed to be so sudden, like Scrappy Dude. You know what I'm saying? But
Scrappy Dude,
thankless role.
It is a thankless role, but also I think it's no hope for good old Kyle O'Reilly over there, man. And I know Jimmy just mentioned about Queen Tony. It should have been Queen Tony. Look, I love Tony Storm. I love Tony Storm. I've screamed this. But also I gotta say, happy birthday, Tony Storm. And I just gotta put the picture of me sleeping. Yeah, that's me sleeping right behind her on the Incredibles ride.
Let me ask you a question. Why is every time you show a picture of yourself with a still photo, you look different every time? Like what powers you got, brother? Like some shapeshifter powers.
That's the power. So I could lie and say it wasn't me.
Respect. I like Toni Storm too. I think she's the best NXT women's UK women's champion of all time. I think they're still trying to figure out what the Wild Child 80 thing is. And I think it would be the wrong time to push that right now in this current iteration. I think in a couple weeks, couple months, maybe, but it's just a bad time.
Yo, Derek, what's up, man? You're late. Nah, man, you're just on time. You're just on time as we already talked about King of the Ring and Crown, and but I want to talk about a little more Mackmania real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, like so. I want to ask again, if you guys haven't checked out Mackmania Pod, check it out, please, on Spotify right now. Ringer, Ben Simmons' house. Do it now. Yeah. Go rate it on wherever you rate it on Spotify's. I just keep saying Spotify because I can't say any other things because I think Evan Mack got snipers out on me. So
what?
Evan Mack may be the Disney of WWE podcasting now, guys. I don't know these things. I'm just saying. But I want to talk about just how you guys actually won, like time you guys tape, because I hear it's pretty early, and how you guys come up with topics, because it sounds very natural, man. It sounds very fun when you guys talk.
So yeah, man, one of the cool things about being on the Ringer Network is that we share it with another show called The Masked Man. So the same feed, go to Ringer Wrestling Show, is cool. For Jack and I, he lives in Redondo. I live in Culver City, both in Southern California. I get up at 5 a.m. on Tuesday mornings to record at 7. Because I get up, I warm the voice up, I do the whole like, I am the game. Yeah, because you hear it. If you're like, oh, you hear it. So I do at 7 o'clock Pacific. It goes live at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Pacific. It's just cool, man. Like we also have a group chat. We talk about topics, things we love, segments we love, and we kind of go off and do our own thing. Farmer does this farmers market. I do brew thing, or I got a segment called D'Lo Appreciation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when I talk about D'Lo Brown, how cool he is. That's right. I live on the Palm side, but what up, Culver City? I do that, and so we come together on Monday afternoon. We talk about it, and then Thursday and Tuesday mornings we just record one take. We go, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I like it, man.
Oh, man, that's dope, man. Like I said, you guys have got a lot of chemistry, but you could tell it comes from the AfterBuzz days. Wasn't AfterBuzz who was it ran by? Was it
It was Kevin Undergaro and Maria Marinos, which is his wife.
Marina Marinos, yeah. Shout out to Marina. She was at SmackDown as well and sitting right by us, and she actually was interviewing kids, and which was really dope. She was literally taking out her phone. It was this. I'm just telling the story quickly. It was this kid's birthday, and he didn't sit close. He wasn't sitting close to us. He just kept running up to the barrier, and our security guard was being he was top flight. He was top flight, and he was definitely not allowed. Like, oh, you gotta go sit down. So people were like, hey, kid, come sit in my seat, right? Like, come sit in my seat, whatever. He ended up sitting next to her, and she was videotaping him recording, asking about wrestlers.
Oh,
and
wow.
so she says, I'm going to send it to him. And he's like, oh, my God. He says, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
He's right, everybody's like, that's such. He's like, oh, my God. Oh, can I take a picture?
Oh, wow.
So then the boy starts shooting a shot. It was the most amazing thing of the night. He was shooting a shot. He kept talking about it. He was like, I'm gonna pass out. He's like, oh my God, I'm gonna pass out. She gave me a hug. I gotta tell my dad. He was going nuts, man. It was that, and it was this little girl. She had to be like 4, bro, maybe 5. She couldn't even see over the barrier. She kept like hopping and trying to hold on the barrier, and she just kept screaming Sasha. During the Sasha and Becky match, just Sasha's
a girl too.
Well, you know, the Boston Blueprint, the standard to go to draw the conversation, the DDT Mandalorian, Sasha Banks. Okay.
Or Bailey guy, but whatever.
She is the boss, the Blueprint, the standard, boy. Oh my God. Well, we don't even talk in person. She had the Louis Vuitton gear. The flying.
I'm a Bailey guy. I'm sorry.
I see skies are blue, clouds are white.
Lord,
I was in a whole nother world, boy. Friday.
I believe it.
And then Bianca. Bianca just looking like just stacks of money. She looks like if you took the gold coins that Scrooge McDuck had in the bag, and you just rolled it into a Afro goddess. That is Bianca Belair.
Why would a Scottish duck mold gold into an African goddess? That's
I mean, you kind of just answered that yourself. I'm just gonna say it's a lot of history lessons we just answered.
Oh damn! I'm sorry, y'all.
It's a lot of history lessons we just had, guys. No, but it that night was so incredible. Like, when I go to those shows, I love watching the kids, man. And it just reminds me what WWE and just professional wrestling is about, and it's about the kids and buying into it and seeing these people that are larger than life. And yeah, Sasha may be small, bro, but she is large. The reaction that Sasha gets is just outrageous. Like, she's really that chick. And I know you have an issue with the Boston Blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the Phenom.
I have no issue.
Sasha Banks. I know you. No issue. You have an issue.
No issue. No, she's good. She sells very well. She makes stars. I can't knock that. She makes stars. People, you think about like Becky, Bailey, Bianca, like their best matches are with Sasha Banks. Charlotte,
Ronda.
I'll give you Ronda. Charlotte's kind of her own thing, but I'll give you Ronda. No, I'm saying, but that's still a good track record. The most the five most or six most important female wrestlers go through Sasha Banks and they make them better. I'm not knocking that. But as far as a character, as far as what I identify with, as far as the hustle, the drive, determination, I'm a Bayley guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say that though, when I was a kid, it was Tatanka for me, man. He was a guy who was an Indian dude, like, or a Native American dude. He came out with his gear and it was blue. Everyone was wearing black trunks. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be Tatanka. You know what I mean? That people forget about that because we grew up with wrestling. And now we're bitter and we're old. We pay bills and we have cramps. We sleep wrong. We go, whatever. It's not what it is. No, but that's what it's really for the kids, man. It's definitely a traveling circus. It's Shakespeare in the round, man. It's beautiful.
Look, and it is definitely beautiful. Like I said in my pictures I posted, I said it's the greatest show on earth. And guys, if you haven't been in LA, look, we're going to the LA show December 10th. I'm putting it right here, Flobito. You're rolling with us to the LA show at Staples, September 10th. We going.
Okay, let's do it.
I want it to be Brutus the Barber.
Yo, this dude had some giant shears for hair, and no one even questioned them. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling makes no sense. A guy said, my name is Big Show. We didn't question it. All right, Mr. Show. It's cool.
I was like, how was teen, like, what was the 20-year-olds back in the day like, where they like, I don't want to be no Brutus the Barber, or I don't want to be a Dumpster Drody.
Yo, Dumpster was my dude, bro. Stop.
Yo, you know who I remember? Like, who was like not my guy, but like who I remember vividly was Repo Man. Like, I remember Repo Man. Like,
yeah.
Yo, this is great. Like, I was like, oh wow, like he comes in. I remember Repo Man and Sparky.
Oh yeah, Sparky Plug, Thurman Sparky Plug,
Sparky Plug, and just like, oh wow, he really drives race cars. Cool.
Yeah. Duke Drums Rosie decides to stop collecting trash on weekends to wrestle. It was dope. We didn't ask no questions.
Didn't ask not near like those things. We didn't ask questions about that. And then you could have told, if you would have told me the Undertaker was I thought the Undertaker was a real mortician.
Yeah.
I didn't know Paul Bear was the mortician. I thought Undertaker was the mortician.
That's what Undertaker is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, no, but he's not. He's just a dead man walking, and then Paul Bear's the mortician.
People thought he was actually dead. Yeah, it was crazy.
This is very true until he came with the bat wings, and then he descended. It was great. It was memorable. That I also remember. So before we get out of here, we have this thing that we like to call, which is hashtag of the week, where you will have 1 minute to give us, the people, a hashtag that you feel we should get behind for the week. And we like to let our guests go first. So,
damn. How about how about wrestling rap battle, man? That's all I got. That's all I got.
Hashtag, right? I mean, you gotta have it's a whole
hashtag wrestling rap battle.
Okay, so but you got to give us why it would be hashtag wrestling rap battle.
And here's the reason why, man. We have the art and science of wrestling. We brought hip hop into the game. Whether you're Men on a Mission, whether you're D'Lo Brown's team, but now we actually had insults to wax and a comprehensive song. Not that weird thing the Usos and New Day was doing. Hashtag wrestling rap battle. Hashtag somebody you want to take out. Hashtag somebody you want to say, you know what, we should get in the booth and spit a couple of bars. That's my pick for hashtag of the week.
You know what? I'm going with that. Hashtag wrestling rap battle. We should have maybe Wale be the moderator of it.
Okay. Downside swag.
Yeah. Hustlers. That song is so crazy that song is a NXT.
Yo, for real.
Nuts, guys. Nuts. But yeah, well, that's a great one. Look, so for me, I was thinking long and hard, and I was thinking something that, like it could be hashtag Sasha forever, hashtag Bivens forever.
No.
It could be all these things, but I'm gonna go with hashtag Monday Night DQ.
Ooh.
Look, I say this ironically, guys. Hashtag Monday Night DQ because Monday Night Raw last night was filled with nothing but DQ matches and high stake matches. I don't understand why you can have banger after banger of a match and it has to end in a DQ. you might as well change Monday Night Raw to Monday Night DQ, because that's what it should be. You had Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair damn near kill each other and beat the hell out of each other. And like I said, Charlotte Flair was the mode of what WWE Performance Center female wrestlers were supposed to be. And Bianca Belair said, fuck that mode. I'm the mode, and I am the next level and elevation of that. And we see it, and why not have Bianca Belair win and have the Raw Women's title and possibly be 2 belts Belair going BBB. It would have been great. It would have been amazing going into Saudi Arabia and coming out with possibly that, but we didn't. So I'm just going to go with Monday Night DQ for my week because that's all it was. It was a bunch of DQ matches for no apparent reason.
That go home show flow, man. That's what it is. We got a whole new roster coming. Got a crown jewels. Like, not finished.
They've been going home for the last 3 months. If you really look back at it, they've been going home for the last 3 months. And I get it. We've been trying to get to this draft, and now the things are getting restarted. And look, I'm excited. I'm excited for Hit Row. I'm excited for Top Dollar and Swerve and B. I'm excited for all of those to come. I'm excited.
Kill shot. Swerve is confidence.
Look, can we do it? I don't think we don't have time to go about how much I hate it. Yo, how are you gonna be confident in, like, you're supposed to be like the most confidence and have swag, because they used to say like swag and Swerve about him, and he used to come out to the most slowest EDM music I've ever heard, and it was like EDM music was like in the tempo of like 63 or some shit. I don't even know. You just used to walk.
Yeah.
And
I never got him.
I never got, but I've seen, I seen him on the indies. I've seen him at Defy. Like I've seen that guy, right? That can really go. And now that's why I love it now, because now I think we're getting that version of him more and more, which I can't wait till we get Ricochet versus Isaiah Swerve Scott on SmackDown. That's going to tear the house down. Tear the house down. Man, so before we get out of here, please plug away. Tell the people where they can find you, where they can find Mackmania 2 podcast, where they can find Draped in Gold, where they can find what is it? What's Up with Flo? Or what's up?
Man, What's Up Flobo After Hours, man. What's Up Flobo After Hours?
Yeah, man. You do a lot of stuff. Show. You got the commentating on Rocket League.
Man.
Tell them where they can find you, please.
Yo, we got 2 minutes. Let's do it. First and foremost, man, I shout out to Spotify and the Ring Crew, Mackmania podcast every Tuesday. Just search for the Ring of Wrestling Show. We get new episodes. Evan Mack, Jack Farmer, and I. But Jack Farmer and I, every Thursday we recap NXT and NXT UK every Thursday at Drape. Yeah, and sometimes Lisa comes in through, man. Yo, he comes in. People tell me all the time, Lisa was the best guest I had in a long time. DrapedInGold.com, learn more about that. My book, Graduation Day, is now available on Amazon. It's Plug and Flow Voice on Amazon. It's my memoir about how I felt when I graduated college and my commencement speaker worked at Walmart, and I was like, this is trash. So make sure you get the copy of that. And also, if you want to check me out on the Rocket League casting thing, Novanta RL. That's NOVANTARL on Instagram and on Twitter. See my commentary, see me play. I do a lot of stuff, man.
Man, you do. I can't keep up. I thought I did a lot of stuff. Nope.
Nah, man, we cool. We do things together, man. It's all good. Sasha Banks fan club. It's great.
Don't patronize. Don't do that.
I patronize you, man. The Boston Blueprint, the standard, I'm a Bailey guy. I'm sorry. What was it? The Boston Blueprint?
The Boss, the Blueprint, the Standard, the GOAT, the DDT Mandalorian, the Draw, the Conversation, the Queen of the Cell, Sasha.
That part's true.
Thanks. My God. Which she'll be on the bum tomorrow sitting next to Caleb Braxton, so I'm going to have one hell of a morning. Look, I am Neeson.
What's the show about? No idea.
Right. Yeah. Nope. No. I just here. I can just watch it on silent. I may just watch it on mute. I may just be sitting there, just like watching. I may just have a whole reaction video of me watching Kayla talk to Sasha all day. It'd be great. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, guys. Look, I'm streaming on Twitch. I've been playing more. I played actually PGA Tour 2K21 last night. It was the worst decision I made in a long time. Besides my ex. And also I'm about to play Demon Slayer. I play 2K, of course. I play Call of Duty. I play a bunch of stuff, and I just been going through stuff trying to find my game and exactly what I want to play. So come join me, have some conversations. I also do lunchtime rants where I play in the middle of lunchtime, and I rant about the day that I'm having. So it's really great sometimes, depending on who's listening, because they may be the ones I'm ranting about. So that's at Stay Fly Life. Stay Fly Life. Also follow me on Twitter because I talk all of my wrestling and Laker and silly politic biz at YRF Squad. That's right here. That's on the Twitter. It's a bunch of wrestling stuff, and also you see my my crazy pictures and stuff that I post there. And on Instagram, which I don't post any pictures, Stay Fly Life, but my stories be popping sometimes. That's all. Yeah, that's all. But tune in. We're on Tuesdays now. I know it's weird. Shout out Derek for coming in a little late, but we're on Tuesdays. We got jobbed out to football. We may move back to Sundays. I don't know, but you can catch us on Tuesdays right now. And make sure you check out us on Instagram at ths.wrestling. Look, Pingo does this because he has a whole like cheat sheet, and I'm just going off the brain, so I'm skipping stuff. Don't even remember things. Make sure you check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Instagram at ths.wrestling. But most importantly, and as always, make sure you check out that hashtag show for everything trending and geek pop culture. And all hail King Woods. Bye, Tegan. Bye. See you on Raw.